Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Of course, my name is Nick, and here we do talk toys, pop culture, and general nerddom of all kinds. And sometimes, just sometimes, we do talk a little shit about other subjects. Today what we're going to talk a little bit about is toys and wrestling. Now, I know that wrestlers are very toyetic as far as figures go, and they do sell really well. So today what we're going to do in true to form style is we are going to review a product that not only invokes nostalgia, whimsy, and insanity pretty much, but it also invokes the spirit of 90s wrestling quite well. So the product we're going to review today is the Mattel Survivor Series 1990 debut 2-pack. And this was, I think, an Amazon exclusive at one point in time or another, maybe. But then Ringside Collectibles ended up with it and a couple of other outlets. And what it is it's a Survivor Series 2-pack for the debut of the 1990 version of The Undertaker, you know, pale, no tattoos, things like that. And the GobbledyGooker. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what or who the GobbledyGooker was. The GobbledyGooker was Hector Guerrero, basically, in a mascot suit. WWE did this shtick where there was a giant egg before Survivor Series, and it had a countdown under it. People thought it was going to be some debuting superstar, or some returning superstar, or something like that. Nope, it was just Hector Guerrero in a turkey suit. But it's whimsical as hell. A few other people have donned the Gobbledygooker mask recently, like the Miz's wife, Maurice. That was hilarious as hell. But the Gobbledygooker just invokes everything that's whimsical and funny about wrestling in the 90s. Because, you know, you've got two entities that appeared. One hatched from an egg and one hatched from the grave. So, I mean, it's absolutely strange, and it does invoke that spirit. So I like these figures very much. So I figured I was going to go ahead and review those today. Now, that said, if you do like the content here and you have seen the past videos, or if you haven't seen the past videos, I urge you to watch a few of them. If you do like the content, though, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I post more. It doesn't cost you anything. Of course, it's free. It means the world to me, and it does get the channel to grow and get it out in the algorithm. I can't believe we're past 3,000 subscribers now. So you guys have been legendary for that, so keep being you and doing your thing. That said, guys, let's go ahead, punch in, and review this figure. Okay, folks, this is the outer box for the Undertaker and Gobbledygooker Survivor Series 1990 debut Ultimate Edition 2-pack. As you can see, it's just a standard brown shipper. It does have Mattel and a barcode here at the bottom. You get a WWE logo on the front, and that's about it. Let's open this up and take a look at what's inside. Alright guys, once we have it out of the package, here is the box for the Survivor Series jaw-dropping debuts 1990 Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition 2-pack with the Gobbledygooker, who's here for the first time in the line, and the debuting Undertaker, who's had several Ultimates already. I mean, this box is absolutely fantastic. The colors are vibrant, they're bright. The pictures on the front are absolutely excellent of the Taker and the Gobbledygooker here. And, of course, you can see he is a first-time-in-the-line figure. You come around the side, of course, you got more of the same old 90s style art. Top of the box has a nice WWE Survivor Series logo. I like how they modified the WWE to remove the F. On the back, of course, you'll have your authentic hologram, another Ultimate Edition and WWE logo, your Survivor Series logo, a picture of the Gobbledygooker hatching out of the egg. You'll come down here, and of course you'll have all the legalese you could ever ask for. And here is the barcode. Should you need this for anything, you can pause. And around this side, you'll get a picture of the Undertaker, the Survivor Series logo, and the Gooker again. Let's open the box. Now, when you pop the top on this box, you will be greeted with 3 boxes. You'll get the one for the Undertaker, the Gobbledygooker, and the egg. It'll have 2 cardboard separators here, as you can see. I'll show you those here in just a moment. Let's take a look at everything inside. First, we're going to look at the cardboard separators. They are both the same, as you can see here. It is just a Survivor Series crowd and the Survivor Series logo up in the rafters. You can use those for backing on a shelf or anything, but these are the exact same. You flip these bad boys over, and if you do run a pick fed or anything like that, it gives you a brick wall, basically a faux brick wall that you can actually use for that. You can set this up on your shelf, set your figures in front of it, whatever. But these are what separates it, and they're just flimsy pieces of cardboard. Let's take a look at the boxes. Now, once you remove the cardboard separators, here is what you are greeted with. You'll get the Gobbledygooker in his Ultimate Edition box, Taker in his, and the Survivor Series box over here with Gobbledygooker's egg. It does have a barcode as well, should you need that. But I think it's funny that the egg gets a box like the egg is its own character. I mean, during that time and the lead up to it, the egg kind of was its own character with the timer under it. But you can see Taker in here in his debut outfit. I mean, it does have the hat, the cloth coat, the tie, several different hands and hand options with gray because of the gray spats. And I mean, it looks pretty great. The presentation for this box is awesome. You've got like a glaring Taker head here and a sneering one there. The only gripe I have so far is Taker looks way too tan, but it's a standard Ultimate Edition box, and you'll see like the giant Undertaker nameplate up there, and again the WWE Ultimate Edition shining all bright down there, and you'll get your Ultimate Articulation for authentic posability, your Mattel logo. Over here you'll get much the same, and you'll be greeted with the vibrantly colored Gobbledygooker here. And the logo here, you'll get two head sculpts for him. You'll get a more retro giant head sculpt, a smaller one, and then you'll get a set of extra hands for this guy. So we'll flip the boxes over. You'll see Gobbledygooker, of course, has the nameplate off to the side. And you'll come back and you'll get some figure photography, the nameplate again, and him hatching out of the egg, and a little blurb about the character there. You can pause to read that if you want to. It also has his stats. And you can come over here, and we'll take a look at the bottom of the box. Gobbledygooker's separate barcode, of course, is right there. You can pause if you want that. And here's all the legalese you could ever digest, and a classic WWE logo at the bottom. We'll flip Taker around so you can see the back of his box as well. You'll get the Undertaker photography on the side. I didn't show you that with the Gooker. Hold on a minute. It does have a picture of him there as well. But you get the Taker photography on the side. You get the same treatment on the bottom of the box. You'll get the barcode here at the bottom again, and the legalese, the classic logo. You pick this up, and you will get another Undertaker name over here, Ultimate Edition logo. And on the back, you will get a picture of him and Brother Love there. And you'll also get a picture of Taker here with his magic red mullet from that age. You look over here, and of course it does have Taker's stats and a blurb about the character. You can pause to read that if you want to. And here's the egg, of course. Like I said, it does have its own box treatment. And here's the legalese and the barcode for it again. But this is all you get on the egg box. You just get a picture of the egg and the Survivor Series logo at the top with the question marks. On the side, you get the same thing. You flip this bad boy around, you get nothing. On the other side, you get the same thing. And on the bottom, you get the same thing again. So the egg box is, you know, interesting by itself. Let's crack these guys out. We'll go Undertaker first and talk about accessories. So we are talking Undertaker's accessories. The first one you get is going to be the other head sculpt. Now, he does look super pissed off and glaring in this one. The print's good. The eyes are good. The makeup under the eyes is good. The only gripe I have about this is that he's too tan. I don't remember Taker ever being this tan during 1990. You'll, of course, get the hat. This comes with most Undertaker figures all the time. So, I mean, you're going to see Undertaker hat after Undertaker hat with those, Elite or otherwise. You will get the entrance tie, which is really cool. Of course, it's this weird, stiff kind of, I don't know, fabric. It does have a flap, and it does attach by a piece of elastic. You'll get the cloth goods Undertaker trench coat. Now, this isn't like the normal coat that Taker has in every other box. It's made out of rubber. This is a cloth entrance gear coat, which is really cool of Mattel to do. And let's look at the hands. I didn't get the hands out of the box because it's kind of a choose-your-own-hand adventure. If you want gray spats matching with gray gloves, you can do this. You have two sets of gesturing hands, which are the same. And you have two sets of grabbing hands, which are the same. I mean, you'll get a black set just like that as well, and it's on the figure. But yeah, this is what Taker comes with, guys. Let's take a look at the figure itself. Okay, guys, here we have the debuting Undertaker out of the box. Now, you'll notice that this sculpt is very similar to the Decade of Domination Undertaker. It's just on an Ultimate body. You come down here, you get the standard gray spats. It does have boot cut, ankle rock, ankle pivot. It does have toe rock, or actually toe articulation. I don't know if you would call it toe rock. Double jointed pinless knees, thigh cut, drop down hips. It can do the splits. It does have waist articulation. It has wrist articulation as far as wrist rock and wrist rotation. It does have double jointed pinless elbows, as you can see here. It does have a bicep swivel. Arms can hit the T-pose. Almost go all the way around, with the exception of the shirt blocking some of it. And the head would go all the way around, but Taker's huge mullet absolutely stops that. But it can look up and down really well and move side to side. It does have the ab crunch here, as you can see. All in all, a pretty good figure. The only gripe I have out of this version of Taker is, like I said, I don't remember him ever being this tan. Okay, guys, so here we are with some size comparisons. We have the Ultimate Edition debut Undertaker here in the middle with the coat on and the tie and the hat all posed out. Next to Danhausen, of course, from Ringside Collectibles. He's the exclusive. And then we have Roddy Piper from the Monday Night Wars. Taker would be accurately sized compared to these gentlemen, I would think. So, I mean, he would fit in on basically any wrestling shelf that you have. The only gripes I have with this figure, again, are the fact that Taker is way too tan, because when he debuted, the man was very, very pale. And, I mean, the makeup was also pale, so, you know, he's way too tan. But, I mean, other than that, and the tie being a little stiff and a little too big, this is pretty epic. This is a great figure. So, final thoughts and final score, I'm going to go ahead and give him a 9.5. He'd look good in any collection or any Undertaker collection you may have. He would look good in any pick fed you're using. I mean, it's just an epic, epic figure. Let's move on to the Gobbledygooker. Okay, guys, diving into accessories for the Gobbledygooker, here is the alternate head sculpt. Now, if you look really close here, you could see the detail in the eyes. They could have just left those white, but it looks like they tried to make all the holes that someone would be able to see out of, because this is a mascot head. It does have an odd texture to it, like it would be made out of felt. It's not flocked or anything. They just textured the head for that. It's vibrantly painted. It's got the huge beard, the big old mohawk. What else do you need? It's a giant turkey head. And it looks like it would fit over a head sculpt, but it doesn't. It's actually a head sculpt by itself. And then he comes with a set of waving or gesturing hands. They're just yellow with black paint on them. Let's take a look at the figure itself. And folks, diving into the Gobbledygooker, here we have him. He is vibrantly painted. He's very whimsical. I mean, it really does the job of representing the character. This is what I remember hatching out of the egg from Survivor Series, guys. He does have a set of grabbing hands on there with yellow and black paint again. You come down, he's got the orange, yellow, blue, and black paint on the feathers. You come down here, and of course he does have the striped wrestling tights that Hector Guerrero was wearing during that. And it does have a set of turkey feet over a set of human feet. The articulation for this guy is going to be really odd and kind of limited. He can't turn his head all the way around, of course, due to the fact that, I mean, he's got the giant mohawk and the beard in the way. So he's going to have some range of motion, but not much. He does have double jointed elbows. Why he needs them, I don't know, because the feather sculpts get in the way. These feathers are just basically layered on there, as you can see. He does have some ab crunch, not a lot. He's got some waist rotation, hip rotation, things like that. But, I mean, what you're looking at here is basically a man in a mascot suit. The articulation is going to be limited to what the suit could have actually done. Surprisingly enough, that's pretty much how they've sculpted it. Like, it would have a limited range of motion. So if you look up here, you'll see his hips are on ball joints. He does have thigh cut, double jointed knees. He does have ankle rock and ankle pivot. Actually, strike that. He has very little ankle rock, but he does have ankle pivot. The Gobbledygooker, really fucking cool. It's like I said, it's a first time in the line and probably an only time in the line. So if you haven't picked this guy up, I highly recommend hitting up Ringside Collectibles to get him, because this is going to be a figure you probably won't see again. I think this is the first and only Gobbledygooker figure I can actually recall. So yeah, this might have to be a must-have for the wrestling collectors out there, Because like I said, I don't remember anywhere else where you could get the gobbledygooker. Let's take a look at the egg. Alright, so gobbledygooker's egg does come in 3 pieces. You'll get the top of the egg and the egg in 2 halves. Let me go ahead and assemble this. So you just put it together this way, it just pegs in. Let me go ahead and get that together. Give me just a second here. Let's see if we can get that to snap shut. Yep, there we go. So here's the egg in its entirety. You can see at the bottom it's got some hay painted for a nest. There's not really much detail on it. It's a freaking egg. What do you want? But it's the best egg accessory ever because you can stick the gobbledygooker in it. You can actually put pretty much any wrestling figure in it. You take the top, of course, and you do put that on there, and it is a complete package. You can pop that off whenever you need to, and you can pop this guy in it. So you see, it does do the job. Alright guys, size comparison time. We have the Ultimate Edition Rowdy Roddy Piper from the Monday Night Wars series next to the gobbledygooker. This would be about an appropriate size difference. It looks like Piper could actually fit in that suit. The mascot head is going to be a little taller because of the mohawk, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty accurate. And of course, here we have it next to our Ringside Collectibles exclusive Danhausen figure, who's hatching out of the egg quite nicely. So you can see that any other figure could be used with this egg if you wanted to use it on your shelf for something else. But I mean, yeah, the humor possibilities are endless for this one and only egg accessory that comes with the gobbledygooker. Final thoughts on this figure? Whimsical as hell, 10 out of 10.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and reviewing the Mattel Ultimate Edition Survivor Series debut 2-pack with the Undertaker and the gobbledygooker. Like I said, man, Taker has his issues. It's a little too tan, the hat doesn't fit, stuff like that. But it's the same issues WWE and Mattel have always had with certain figures. The Undertaker's hat never fits these figures correctly. And I mean, the Undertaker's a little bit too tan, so that figure gets a 9.5. Now, the final thoughts on the gobbledygooker figure: it's whimsical, the articulation is severely limited by the feathers, but because it's the first time in the line and likely going to be an only time in the line, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's cool as hell. It comes with 2 different head sculpts. It has the egg it hatched out of, and the box turns into the base for the egg. So, I mean, you know, what's there not to love about that? He's a first time in the line, and like I said, an only time in the line. So that figure may actually be a must for some of you completionists or nostalgia collectors out there. I mean, it's actually a really, really awesome figure. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave a link below to Ringside Collectibles so you guys can grab one of your own. I was able to pick mine up for about 57 bucks during the sale they had recently. I was just going to get the gobbledygooker and the egg, but I figured for a couple bucks more, why the hell not get the entire 2-pack? The box is awesome. The whole treatment came together really well for this. So guys, that said, again, I urge you to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell if you did like what you saw today. We do have a lot of things coming down the pipe on the channel. We've got Toy Hio coming up. We've got Scarefest. We've got multiple haunts we're filming at. AEW Collision, I'll probably bring back some footage from. So guys, if any of that interests you, again, I urge you to hit that subscribe button because, like I said, it costs you nothing, means the world to me, and gets the channel to grow. So that said, guys, I will punch out, and I will see you later.